accommodation business in an old hotel in Fernhill, just in Hastings. We're on the edge of the Ngātaruara River, and mid-morning this morning, the river come up astronomically fast to a level that I haven't seen in the 20 years that I've been here. And I'm a bushman, and I've got my own earth-moving equipment, and the river was coming up so bad it was going to come over the stop bank. So I got my son to get in the digger and start increasing the height of the stop bank, and if we hadn't have done that, we would have been flooded out. Now, when the police come along, and because it's a state of emergency here, they tried to stop us, and there was no way I was stopping protecting my property. We succeeded in getting the stop bank up to the right height to keep the floodwaters out. And then when the rain stopped and we had to evacuate the lodge, all our tenants, I come up the hill, which is behind the lodge on my property, and I have a drone, and I do a lot of wildlife filming with a drone, and I decided to fly across the river to see how it was over there at Omahu, and it's nothing short of a nightmare.
Describe it to me. What could you see in the footage?
Well, the stop bank over there is the same height as the one here, but it reached the stop bank and carved out a channel probably 30 metres wide, and the full force of the river is heading straight into Omahu village. The first houses in its path are up to the roof, and then there must be 100 houses over there, and they're all completely flooded out. And then further down the river, not far, we have a bridge in front of us here, and that goes from our side over to Omahu. And a couple hundred metres down the river, there's another breach in the stop bank, probably 60 metres wide, and the full force of the river is just pouring through into horticultural land, kiwi fruit orchards, maize paddocks, apple orchards. It's something that I'm 65 and it's a nightmare.
Could you estimate where it is in terms of height for us, Dawson?
Well, in Omahu, there's at least 2 metres of water through most of the village.
Do you know if everybody's got out of there?
No, I don't, but I've seen a helicopter working over there.
Okay.
And I don't know whether they were seeing what the breach was doing in the river or whether they were rescuing people, but it happened so quick, it's just mind-boggling.
The farmhouse that you have, the lodge, how many people were there and how did you get them out?
We've got 50 people there, and we were able to wade them through the water. The police came about 11 o'clock or so and said because it's a state of emergency, they want everybody out. And we got them out. We got most vehicles out. There's still a couple of vehicles stranded in flood water, and the police are still manning the area. The bridge from Fernhill to Omahu is closed, obviously. It hasn't structurally been affected yet, but they'd be certainly concerned about it.
So when you were building up the height on the bank, that's when the police turned up and they wanted you to get out?
Yeah, they reckon it was dangerous and all that, but I've worked in the bush all my life, and we know what danger is and what danger isn't, but by disobeying them, we managed to get the stop bank built up a metre or so, and that prevented us getting flooded. Now, if we had got flooded, we would have had about 3 metres of water through all our property, our accommodation area and lodge.
Is the water in the lodge?
No, but in part of some of the accommodation units has got a foot of water through them, 300 mils of water.
So, Dawson, you've had a pretty good look. You've had the drone up. You know what's going on at your place. If you can just kind of give us an overall description of the kind of destruction you're looking at. Talk us through it, please.
What I feel so sad for, the people across the river, just unbelievable. The water it's like a river going through the stop bank. It's like its own river in flood where it's breached the stop bank. And any houses in its path are just annihilated. I don't know what happened to the people because we were too busy over here looking after our own tenants and ourselves. But the time I got over there with a drone with some aerial videography, the area was just flooded from one end to another. And we're sort of talking an area of probably 1 kilometre long and half a kilometre wide of houses.
You're scared for them, Dawson?
Oh, hell yeah. Yeah. You know, they're our friends over there, of course, and many of them, some of them work for us at times, and just to see the avalanche of water that's gone through there, it's just hard to comprehend.